All right, class, this is Mr. Beller. This video will briefly go over the homework assignment for this in-class activity that we will work on the second day of school. So this in-class activity, the whole purpose is we're attempting to develop a variety of historical thinking skills that we will use throughout the year. This activity in particular is going to help us develop argumentation skills, analyzing evidence, and putting things into context. So the context in which you're working with for this assignment in particular is the question, or attempting to answer the question, what is Mr. Beller's class? When you're answering this question, you will be working on writing a thesis statement. You are taking into consideration not only how your history has shaped who you are, but how you fit into the globalized world in which you currently live. As you're answering this question, and we'll talk about this a little bit more in depth later down the road, you need to pick a scale in which you want to work within. This is the community level, the local level, the state level, the national level, or the global level. However, your homework assignment was that I asked you to bring in 5 objects to class. 3 are mandatory for everyone, and then you have 2 others that you can pick from the list. So here's the list that we're working within. Number 2, the ones in red. The ones in red are the required objects that you must bring in. This could be a photograph. All right. Table 1 and Table 8 will deal with a photograph. One, you can do either or. A photograph from personal experience. You at the beach, a big in life event, with family, friends, what have you. Or it could be a photograph not from a personal experience. A sports team, a celebrity, an iconic image. This is a really famous image that resonates with you, that speaks to you in some sort of way. All right, so object number 1 that everyone must bring in, photograph of some sort. Object number 2 that everybody must bring in, an object, an artifact that you personally own. This could be a book. This could be a rosary. This could be, a cell phone. Anything that you want, a piece of jewelry, anything that you want to bring in that you personally own. Don't worry, it will be safe. And the third and final object that everyone must bring in, a piece of clothing that you own. Remember, like we talked today, if you're going to bring in something like socks, make sure it's clean. Nobody wants to smell your dirty socks. All right? And please, and especially if you're going to bring in drawers, make sure those are clean. That would be pretty embarrassing to have some dirty drawers out there on the table. So you have 3 objects that you must bring in. Then you're left with a choice of 2 others that you could bring in. Number 1, you could bring in a school-appropriate song that represents you in some way. This could be your own creation. It does not have to have words in it. You just have to have some sort of recording, audio recording of it, be it YouTube or some other format. A written passage that represents you in some way. Once again, this could be your own creation. It could be a poem. It could be a quote. What have you. It could be a verse from your sacred text if you're a religious person. I don't care, but a written passage. A social media post that you have posted in some way, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Once again, probably should make sure that's school appropriate. And last but not least, the final option that you have is an object or artifact that you don't possess, but that defines you. For instance, a picture of Carter Finley Stadium, the state flag, the beach, etc. This would likely need to be a picture, but could be a model or some other representation of that object or artifact. So once again, the ones in red, you have to bring in. You do have a choice of what type of photograph you want to bring in, but you must bring in a photograph of some sort. You must bring in an object or artifact that you personally own. You must bring in a piece of clothing. After that, from the ones that are still in black, Table 2, Table 4, Table 6, Table 7, you must pick 2 of those to bring in. If you have any other questions, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer. Thanks, and I hope to see all the homework assignments brought to class on the second day of school.